Các cầu
For the
thủ
moment,
mới
they've
được
just got to get through
đấm
these
nhạc mà
Eagles
thôi.
and that single scout.
Vâng, đây
on
rồi.
Brokey.
Những con nông dân của bên lớp nhìn trông rất ngáo các bạn.
Where do we rate
Đây rồi,
Brokey on the scout? We've seen some strong scout. Oh wait, hold on. He threw it away. Never mind.
He's good. He's a good sniper. So yeah, I don't know. His scout's not like heard around the world like Searson's is. Maybe
Right.
not as quite as pervasive as. He's not told it in folk legends. It's not talked about in folk legends like Simple Scout. Not even up there with Device, I don't think, but still up there.
I feel like Searson's had me looking at the scout a different way lately.
He's not told it in folk,
now I'm expecting
legends.
every offer
to
be able to do what that man does. Keeps the damage per round real high.
Not even up there
We
with
get the
Device,
jumping
I don't think.
SMGs
But
in for the
still
first
up
entries
there.
twist. Colt's there just trying to run. I feel like Searson's had me scout with such little health. Tried to dip back behind the Z, but it's not meant to be. BMAS, last man standing versus 4. The damage was there, as you can see across the ninjas, but only 1 kill in the end.
After all our years of casting these like tier 2 Swedish teams and seeing some of these players bounce around like Campus and Rez, our first landed. Oh wow, well maybe he's the best scouter on the team. I mean, these 2 shots already show you that he's doing better than he was last series. Just those 2 shots alone, like he's almost at as many kills as he got on one of the maps. So on top of them being nice frags, so hopefully we got a great map here out of Vimus. But it's really cool to see with NiP the transformation of all of these players like finally coming together on the #1 roster in Sweden, like for a time period, of course, and the entire roster being new, but them being taken very seriously as top level competition. Never thought we'd see the day, honestly. It always felt like it would just be NiP +1, a new guy every time, and never actually get that far. But they are actually an entirely new roster that is. They're honestly a gestalt. They're better than the 5 players that you have separated, and yeah, it's amazing to see.
It's a great move for the Swedish scene. You know, I think it does take Dignitas coming in and just kind of soaking up the nostalgia for everybody so that we could still watch Dig play. And that's an exciting story in and of itself, but it's not as competitive as what that tier 2 kind of collection of players has become. And watch Dig. Yeah. They've all finally seemed to have figured it out, right? I mean, like, we even saw Hampus run with, like, Red Reserve for quite some time with Relaxer and Freddy Frog, and, like, that's where at least he turned my head. And we saw them, I'm going to say back in, like, 2018, 2018. We must have seen them, Red Reserve specifically, at, like, 4 to 5 DreamHack opens. So they were very much floating around that LAN scene, collecting the experience, but just doing it without the big results. And now, a couple of years later, at least Hampus is here for that lineup specifically. Well,
yeah, I think the very first LAN I ever casted in Europe was in Tour, in DreamHack Tour, and I saw Rez at the after party, and I didn't know who he was because it was like his first LAN or something like that in 2015, and he was like, "Hey, I'm Rez," and I was like outside the after party, and I was like, "What's my Rez?" And he was like, "No, I'm Rez." And it was like loud, so I was like, "I play on native. What's up, man?" And then he was like, "No, I'm Rez." I was like, "Oh, you're Rez." He was actually really good too, and that was like his first LAN ever. But he was like the same kid, like the super nice kid, just very humble haircut.
Sure,
great at fragging, good aim. You know what I mean? That's who he's always been.
The Blobsky of 2015.
Yeah, I thought he was asking me for my Rez.
Well, now we know it's native. That's what we all really signed up for.
Yeah.
We have a gun round ahead of us, okay? We've gotten there. Ninjas in pajamas, they moved past that scout, which was saved a couple of rounds. They've avoided the losses. So let's talk Counter-Strike, because we have FaZe Clan already with some dwindling utility. And whether they know it or not, Hampus got out from TCon early, and he is just stuck. He is glued to this wall, and he's waiting as his teammates all start to get closer to Ivy, drawing the attention of NiKo. You can see him here on Hampus' screen, kind of turning attention, but NiKo can react fast enough. However, knocks out of Ivy, and at 7-1 already, he looks to entry on this A site. Plopsky adds one to the kill feed, and while damage is being taken here from Ninjas, they do get it into the 3 versus 3. 50 seconds, and they no longer spot the heads of the defense that are just on the other side of this train.
Man, they're a bit tight on grenades. This is kind of nuts for the CTs. They're actually rotating back to inner. That means NiP have cut noise adequately. The Ivy rotate, however, catches them off guard. It'll bring the CTs back. And yeah, NiP don't have grenades to try to plant, so they'll just have to stick it and cross their toes.
Try to find that proper timing for the plant. Plopsky, he's looking for it, and he's got it. So, retake begins. And we already questioned the utility of FaZe Clan. They've got that double flashbang, single molly. Knock between the trains. Off to a flying start at the moment. Unfortunately for him, his teammate, not that most HP. It's Plopsky on 30. Knock, he's going to lose Plopsky. He tries to react to that. BMass and coldzera coming in from Ivy for the perfect retake. No further losses for FaZe Clan. They get on the board. They save the op. They keep 3 surviving. This is a great little bounce back for the CT straight out the gate.
It's a tough situation for FaZe, or for Ninjas with no utility to work with, kind of low. They couldn't separate anything. There was no real easy fights to take because the op was still in play for FaZe. And FaZe walking on the retakes pretty much all they needed to do. But I do like NiP going for the Ivy control. I think a little bit of Ivy control can really make you nervous outside. And it's cool to see them using it both on anti-eco and the rifle round. Oh my freaking god. Another HE grenade dropped in the middle of all of your teammates.
I don't know why it's happening. I don't know why it started happening lately. But, okay.
On a full rifle.
Yeah. Not 10 damage each. Tee-hee, guys. Ha, lol nade. No. You may be screwed because of this. BMass gonna try to respond there. Brokey, he's gone down, as has the upper box halls. But BMass shows up, and he's got himself the 2-piece that they absolutely needed. However, Hampus has cut through the deep. How has he, in such a fashion, in back-to-back rounds, gotten out of T-Con, and this time he's not stuck over an Olaf. No, sir. This time, he has come to the back line of the B site, and he definitely hears those footsteps from BMass. There's no reason for him to believe that Hampus could even be here. So Hampus 100% gets this kill, but the question is, how much more info does he gather before he decides to pull the trigger?
He's
rotating.
Oh.
He's already close in Z. If he doesn't check it, coldzera's going to snatch him back, but coldzera drops the shot. However, Knock, he also hasn't come down with bomb. He was a little cautious with the potential of a ladder flank, which is now happening, but coldzera's in a prime position to try and stop this. He's 0 for 2 on op shots this round, so bomb goes down, and we've got the retake yet again. Can Nico's timing from behind help coldzera, as he has already toppled one of the 2? It's Knock, the last man up, once more. And that smoke he's hiding in begins to fade. He's on full display, and yet still the spray connects. Nico next, in with the kill as FaZe Clan take their second.
Knock is furious because obviously Nico just waits so long on the flank that he just clears that in his mind. He moves that out of his brain. He's like, if he's coming now, I'm screwed. I've spent so much of this round holding to see if he would flank, and it never came through. And that's the reason the bomb almost doesn't get planted in the situation after Knock makes a kill like that. Oh my god.
Okay, last time it was just thrown straight up in the sky, and that was Furia who did it. If you guys didn't catch it,
last time it was like an accidental right click, right, or right left click. Yeah,
it was just chucked
this
right
was
up
like
there.
Yeah, this is a pinball
This is some
grenade.
kind of wild rebound. Yeah, that's a little awkward. Plopsky is gonna have to explain that.
It's more than a little awkward. They definitely lost the trade last round because of that damage.
Cut him. No, that's extreme.
Well, yeah, it's a bit extreme, but yeah. Throw him to the wolves.
Well, I think they're all going to be thrown to the wolves here if they hit this B site. Brokey's patiently waiting, and it's an immediate pick versus Plopsky. The rest of the team's going to run down ramp. They have that single AK for Hampus, and he is still up despite Brokey's best efforts. 2 kills from him, and BMass already on 7. He nearly has as many kills in these first 5 rounds as he did in the entire series versus Big Clan. So, it's a good showing thus far. Nico gonna run up the train lane, Knock last man up yet again, and once more 0 for 3 in those 1vx post plants.
Yeah. You want to count this one? That's a little rude.
Yeah, kind of, right? 4v1.
4v1 on an eco.
Hey, man,
Okay,
that's
we'll pile that stat on. Yeah. Tell whatever story you want, I guess. Well, we got a bomb plant, which is probably really good for NiP. So that nade is an accident, but yeah, made such a big difference on their second rifle round. Like that's the one to make sure they can stay in the game and not have to save. They take 150 damage before the round even starts. They move into this round, they'll have another like good buy. But yeah, it just messes with the whole conditioning plan of the game, for that to happen. Now they go back to similar strats. It was cool to see how far Hampus could get outside, and all the Olaf push is actually no good. NiKo quick switching in the air, but then when he lands, just sprays him down, no problem. coldzera up top. Knock is not going to be aware of this, is he? Oh.
Nope. Down he goes.
Ouch.
Meanwhile, Twist, his op has connected. It's Rain removed. Looks like Twist wants to flirt with this. I like the idea. Keep up the op pressure, minimize the movement for the CTs within the train lanes, and maybe you stifle them. But coldzera has decided to push out Ivy, and he's going to flank pretty actively at that. They're trying to burn a man out into the open, but all the while, coldzera has just continued to get closer and closer. And I haven't seen any of these Ts actually turn around and check the possibility for a flank. So there's a world where coldzera comes around this corner and just kills everyone like coldzera does. There's the bomb thrown down into the dirt. He's just going to molly it off at the 30-second mark. He doesn't even need the multi-kill. This is new big brain coldzera. He's not going to run out there for the frags. He secures the round. Or at least that's what it felt like. Twist taking Brokey off of connector leaves NiKo a little bit stranded.
Oh, the flash.
And that flashback is meant to push him out of here. Twist is giving chase, and it's pretty damn close. But in the end, it's FaZe Clan back in with a fourth.
Oh, the flash is on the mark. See that? Flash. coldzera or NiKo gets that kill while he's technically blind. He's still mostly unblind, but yeah, that was a good way to pinpoint that frag. They almost called that out. It's a good flank by coldzera. Nice Ivy boost. Nice Olaf kill by NiKo. A lot of things go well there for FaZe in the default. And it's back to save once again for NiP. It was a strong start. Kind of a couple of mistakes. Unfortunate losses. But generally in the 3v3s and whatever, FaZe still look good. So all merit and power to FaZe. Yeah, and that's coldzera warming up a little bit.
Which is a very scary idea if you are ninjas.
Warm Zera.
Alongside a stellar-looking BMAS. I do not think that this is the FaZe that walked into the big game yesterday. Sometimes it takes an unexpected loss to really fire up the machine. We'll see if
that's like some heavy metal Tumblr quote.
Yeah.
Fire up the machine.
It's not a FaZe, Mom. Knock. Knocking on Ivy's door. Rain hits the floor. 3v3 is where we're left. And coldzera, well, he's just going to jump onto the bomb site. He is swinging that op around this morning. And Hampus, well, he's going to come up empty-handed. Canucks rifle, by the way, 0 and 4. Find some sort of a 1vx. No, not again. He is just shut down. BMAS, 10 HP left over, but 10's enough.
Were you counting the clutches again? How dare you?
Yeah, well,
1v4, 5 to 3. Well, they get another buy. So they don't have. Do they have the op again? Yeah, they do. Twist. I mean, yeah. Twist is railing too, but FaZe are good on both their ops right now. They're mostly in these defaults. They get 1 or 2 kills, if not 3. Another Ivy push here. I like this because a little bit of NiP earlier was Rez. Well, he tries to wait on that too. That play that Rain makes almost calls it out. Big kill to drop. Rez has been up and down in that match versus I think in the match versus Astralis, there's one match where he had like a superstar performance. But yeah, I can't remember what it was, but he's definitely been hot and cold. Oh, Rain gets away with 3 HP. 3 HP off that drop. It made sense. And the Ivy push. So here's the thing. NiP, their best moment so far this half on the anti-eco and the rifle round where they tried to take over Ivy control. That made FaZe uncomfortable. FaZe immediately have responded with Ivy control for themselves. And these last couple rounds, they've gotten the op kills. coldzera on both of them, actually.
Frag could be decent. Yeah, there goes half of Hampus' health. Nice nade, NiKo. Found that superb timing. Rain, meanwhile, just going to chill out in the offices. He decides to duel versus Twist. And that goes his way. He is still alive somehow.
He's still alive,
they are protecting him. Plopsky, all he wants is that kill versus Rain.
Some revenge.
30 seconds left over. Doesn't even have the bomb. Doesn't want to die after time, so he's looking for the duels, and BMAS is going to give him one. The new kid on the block, 11 and 4. Officially more frags than he had versus Big in that series.
2 more frags than he had versus Big in the entire series. So yeah, that we don't even have to talk about that anymore.
Nope,
he's
that's out
back.
of the window.
He's back. It's great.
Yep.
Like this is. Yeah.
Sorry, if I may, I just say, like, I think this is just the proof that it was a one-off. Like, okay,
yeah,
maybe he's not going to, you know, he's performing well again today, and maybe this isn't going to happen every day, but we've seen what the low looks like. It's nice to know there are more highs than low for the moment.
Definitely. No, that clearly looked like an anomaly. It was just so stark compared to his other games. I was like, what? So yeah, this is cool. All right. FaZe potentially full strength. Coming back stronger. Bimus up to bat again. On the lower ramp. Plopsky, first victim.
Or first victor.
Flash. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Yeah. He's pressured him. He's pressured him. Done a great job of actually causing a distraction there. You saw the offset crosshair. Definitely not help BMAS out. Brokey. Looking to land these op shots, but he too starts to get a little pressured. Rez can't do much about it. Nico's going to creep in with one of the 2 snipers in this retake attempt, and he actually gets caught by Knock. Flashbang goes deep. CT goes high. All the while, one's in Z. Plopsky shut down by Cold. That's a crucial kill, or else Z would have been compromised. Brokey with the op on the retake. I mean, there's still a chance where they don't even go for this because they're losing players before they can even move forward, but looks like FaZe are going to try it. They are climbing the blue train, and Nox defending it with his life, but Brokey on the top side of it tries to fall back now. He knows this round is gone. There's no way he wins it, but can he even escape? No, sir. Hoppus shuts it down. That's a huge 4K for Nox, somebody who we've seen in post-plant positions quite often.
And it's an eco. Even though they lost all 5 players, they wouldn't have been able to buy if they had done this on a rifle after this many losses. But since they did it on eco, they saved enough money to get the full buy off again. So, well, they'll go up against full strength FaZe one more time, but friendly shrapnel. NiP have only done 19 utility damage to FaZe players, to be clear, which is funny because Plopsky in that one nade did almost 150 damage to his own teammates. Start turning that start turning that energy on your opponents. It's a lot harder to get the grenades off on the T side, of course, but you know, one well-placed grenade this round would have done more damage than you've done combined as a team so far on the T side.
Let's keep an eye on that one. Keep a finger on the pulse, Elliot. Looks like a fast one. Molotov's already being thrown out here. Nico, he's playing behind the train, and he's good for some cover, but it's the off. Both Cold Zera and Brokey connecting crucial shots. Rain moves forward, goes down. Hompus now trying to find the multi-kill, but BMAS, not just for holding the B bomb site, he's got flanks on him too. He takes Hompus down to 7 HP. And it's now Hompus versus both of the offers. He has the bomb, and he's just gonna dip out to the B bomb site. This could be perfect.
Yeah, this guy definitely reads books. He's smart enough to not win this round. Oh boy. He absolutely had to fight that, unfortunately. He couldn't fall down, make noise. He couldn't move from there without staying in view. He had to go for that spray. That was a very awkward angle, though. I mean, who knows? Maybe it still matters. There's an off here that could miss. Never mind. Nope. Brokey, he don't miss.
Brokey swings in and takes it. So I will say, however, Hompus another round where, you know, they knew where he was once he pulls off the first kill, but he's been doing a very good job of creating space from T-Con, whether that's pushing Olaf and holding, whether that's getting onto the bomb site unnoticed, whether that's splitting over to the B site. I mean, how often do you get to B for free twice in 12 rounds?
Sorry, what was that? How often do you get to B for free?
There, yeah, he slipped through Z twice.
Yeah. You know? Right. Yeah, so one of their strats, they do the B, like the full-on B, and then he's just meant to literally walk through the site. He's not necessarily meant to flank Z, but just to try to get a kill outside as well. Oh, wow. Another, man, they're just throwing the fast rush outside. They have kind of the same guns. It feels like they're a bit fed up, but who knows? It might actually work.
So far, so good. They've got that 3v3. They catch the Opper trying to fall back, but here comes BMAS again. Last time he was crucial, and this time, yet again, he's dropped it to the 1 versus 1. It's Rez v coldzera. Cold all the way back in spawn, but the bomb belongs to Rez for the moment. He has no utility and only the Galil. Look how scared he is. There is nothing near him except for corpses, and he doesn't want to become one.
I think, dude, I mean, first of all, BMS flanking like that, I think they didn't anticipate it, but at the same time, he literally killed them in the exact same way the last round versus the exact same execute. They should have been watching ladder with somebody, especially after having the man advantage. They just tossed that away, and here's the scope. The sound heard right before his death. coldzera playing in between sites, hoping for some kind of lurk play like that. Rez falls right into his trap.
Sure. What's wild about it as well is, you want to paint that picture about BMAS doing this twice. Well, we just saw Rez, clearly influenced by Hampus, decides to go out Z to B, and he's not quiet about it. Remember, coldzera was nearly caught the round previously because he was jumping through CT spawn into Hampus. This time, that trap gets turned upside down. The hunter becomes the hunted.
Oh, you really sounded like the war owl there. That was really weird.
And I still don't have a closer.
All right. Well, yeah, that was it's been a nice flank. I mean, it does take balls for BMS to go and flank ladder the way he did. Oh my god. I don't know if he's scared or happy that he saw that. They're setting up for grenades, so that's a good bit of information. He can call for his friends to come over and try to help him. I don't even think they realized that he spotted them, actually. They're only now starting to go over to clear out upper. But on this low buy, they don't have really many options to go back and take ladder room control, fake outside. They're down to 3 flashbangs.
Ooh, he sees him. Roki.
Wow.
Flicks over to the headshot. BMAS, his 15th frag on the board. Traded by Rez. Looks like they're trying to use that ladder movement to get over the cross, but now they're just stuck in no man's land. Broky, he's still scoped forward. He's trying to flick onto them, but they do manage to cross. And coldzera is going to give cover to the op as Rez gets close. We saw him pinned behind E-Box last round. And this time, he is stuck behind the oil tankard. Oh, the feet! Brokey checks out the size 12s, decides to take them for himself, and the second one connects. Nicely done there by Brokey. 3-piece on the round, and coldzera comes in for that final swoop.
In terms of the opping, man, Brokey, he's really he's definitely had the fastest rise to world class. I mean, I can't believe how well he keeps up at this level with the op. As a player, I think signed on not even to be the opper specifically, right? Just picked it up somewhere in that 10-year period. And yeah, looking super sick. 14-6. And NiP, they gave it their best shot. They're really not high chances of winning that round without getting more control on B because they were low on grenades and guns. But if they were a little bit luckier, of course they could have got that extra kill. That's an insane shot from Twist. He had to, if he looked up, he would have been looking at the light. He literally had to flick and hit the shot blind.
Oh, now he's blind. Yet again. Nox sits outside the Ivy smoke. He's got a teammate here, so strong crossfire if coldzera decides to push. And other than the kids, coldzera, he is next on the scoreboard for FaZe Clan. Wild spray from Nock draws Plopsky into the gunfight, and it all works out. But now Brokey, well, he's met by a smoke, and he still has the responsibility of keeping T-Con in check. Looks like Rain will take that from him, alleviate a bit of the pressure. It allows Brokey to play on the bomb site instead, but now he's susceptible to the pop dog hit. So it's difficult to hold off on A with only 2 CTs. The closer BMAS gets to the top of ladder, the more Brokey can turn his attention back to Ivy. Rain, in the meantime, he's decided to shut down T-Con in its entirety. 2 frags for Rain, man advantage stripped away from NiP, and Plopsky has to walk forward because it's not just the man advantage, but it's the bomb. And with 30 seconds left, Rain's gonna just pummel through the smoke, knock last man up yet again. This time he does cut down Brokey, but will he expect BMAS? Seems not. That's a 10th one for FaZe Clan, a CT side that has not stopped giving.
Oh man, I don't know how that looked to you, but that was a pretty rough miss from Twists. He's sitting there. I think he's specifically holding this side of the flank from that side of T-Con and hoping Rain pushes up. Then Rain ends up getting both kills there. Another mid-round situation gone sour. When we get to that level, that 3v3 mark, you get the CTs coming into the T's camp. It's the T's who are supposed to get the kill. So it was like +1 to the T's on the information, but -1 on another missed shot.
5 of their 10 rounds won by way of defuse. So we do have FaZe Clan getting on the, Ninjas getting on the bomb site more often than not. Been a decent T side, but 5 rounds, best case scenario, to close this. Final attempt, gonna be the straight up B hit. Sure, they have one player lingering over on Ivy, but everybody else has to find footwork on B. And it all boils down to dealing with the offer first. Brokey, he's gonna get pushed back through oil cold. Well, he's rotated in, but lost half of his health already. Hoppus could very well just spam through smoke, but he holds off for the moment. They predict the walk down from Rain. Nicely done from Hoppus here. He's trying to find that second head, and he will right through smoke. Nico, 1 versus 4 to the top side of the box hall, but this looks like NiP has done it. A 5th round on their T side will definitely help as they swap over to the defense. There's a lot of pressure on this second pistol, so don't miss it. We'll be back after the break. Brokey looks good, BMAS looks good, Coldzera looks good, and that is a 3-course meal.
3-course meal.
Absolutely love to see. Unless you're NiP, in which case it's a hell of a tough start, because while Nox is 16 and 12, tying BMAS for the most amount of kills, well, there's nobody else on his team who's really stepping up to that level. Let's see if the CT side does them any favors. Don't forget that this is the map pick of the Ninjas in Pyjamas, and for that reason, we expect big things from them. So awesome to see a 5 versus 3 here in the second pistol. It gives us hope for what could be an awesome little comeback.
Yeah, I like the idea behind taking them to train. I don't think it was a bad choice. It's just that FaZe looks so much better today than they did earlier this week. So, yeah, I mean, the CT side, it could be a whole new story. Their T side was very simple. I mean, but that was such a Swedish, like, it was such an NiP T side. Very, very simple executes. And I'm not mad at it. You know, they were kind of ramming their head into a wall with, like, their fast outsides. But if that's their comfort zone, then they should stick to it. They shouldn't try to play a style they're not comfortable with. That's fine. There's still some stuff they could retool. It actually made me feel like they should try to be more a little bit like Fnatic and use more of those individuals, tighten that even more, try to perform more lurks, because it feels like that is a very prevalent style for that kind of CT side, or that kind of T side, excuse me. So FaZe will take the remaining 3 into lure, miss a Molotov, that will be inconsequential, but still 5 up for NiP anyways.
Yeah, just keep them in the back, letting them know when it's coming. That actually did take Nico down to 1 HP. So let's see if we can make anything happen, because all the while, we've got coldzera connecting a couple headshots. Sure, he sits on only 22 HP with 3 CTs to go, but that one looked doable for just a moment. Twist, he's going to find himself a 3-piece here in the pistol, so he is adding up those frags, trying to catch up to NiP.
Winning the pistol is one thing. Denying the plant is also a pretty huge boon to the CT side. Yeah, it affects the CT buy here. They can buy up more SMGs if they like to more comfortably, as I'm sure they'll think that FaZe will attempt to get a plant before they buy. Yeah, and obviously the plants on train come a lot easier than most other maps,
especially with that short distance between ramp and the B site, but even with it being in close proximity, doesn't matter, there's guns. Posted up and knocking them down. 19 frags for Knock, easy anti-eco, and we've got FaZe Clan coming in with the buy. No op out of the gate, but plenty of AKs, plenty of grenades, and plenty of helmets too.
Yeah, it's just as you say. You know, sometimes people eco outside A, but the plan is way easier on B. It's the same deal as like Mirage Palace to the A site, just proximity from the choke point to the bomb plant zone. It's pretty much as simple as it gets. But yeah, we're already into a rifle up, and I like NiP trying to go for some map control here, putting their guns in closer positions while also, getting early information. You know, Plopsky really doesn't have to fall out of here.